Check in with Brian Hayes.
Effort in that second period.
I think that, a team has traveled a long way from Winnipeg. Maybe they'd be a little tired, but actually I think we're showing a little wear and tear out there tonight.
Well, you've got some new faces out there and more to come. We may get a chance to talk about fellows like LaFontaine and Flatley a little later. But first, the three-goalie system for the Islanders. How do the players, aside from the goaltenders, look on that?
I've never seen it before in any team I've played with, and I know and I feel that the goaltenders are having a little trouble because we're rotating so that it doesn't even give a goaltender who's playing a good game and is gaining confidence throughout the three periods an opportunity to go back out the next night and play. So I can't imagine that very much of them can stay sharp. And Smitty, who calls himself now the Saturday Night Special, only plays Saturday night games, and he needs a little more work.
He's never shy about speaking up either, and I understand he's been critical of the system himself.
The funny thing is that the quietest he is right in the dressing room with the rest of us. We can't even talk to him day every game, so we just leave him alone and then let him do his thing when he gets out on the ice.
Okay. When you look ahead to the future of the Islanders, then you see some young kids out there tonight, Denis and Gilbert, and Rudy, of course, looks very sharp, but I'm thinking ahead to LaFontaine, who's with the U.S. Olympic team, leading them in scoring, Pat Flatley, the Canadian Olympic team member. Do you guys pay much attention to these young kids coming along, Denis?
We watch them pretty closely, yeah. Sure. I have never seen either one of them play, but I, like most other players, read the stats and anxious to see them, in March or whenever they're able to come up and play, because when you're a team member, it's always fun to see some raw talent come up, and it always gives you a little boost, and hopefully this year, like in the past years, we'll get that, in the second half of the season, and it just might be young players like LaFontaine and Flatley who will give that to us, and I never get tired of seeing young, raw talent. It gives me a little more legs every now and then.
It'll help when you get Mike Bossy back as well. I was talking to Mike before the game about the importance of winning 5 straight Stanley Cups. How does Denis Potvin feel about that?
Well, I've become accustomed to it,
That's nice.
You hope to go to the season, throughout the season, you try and escalate your play, and you have the team unit playing well, the system working well, and you work throughout the season a certain pattern so that you keep increasing, hopefully, conditioning and the team play, so that when you get into April, you're in top shape and things are going very well. And that's the way we've been working out in the last few years, and we've been fortunate at times, but hard work sometimes, brings the luck. Number 5, to us, it's going to be the big one. We want it badly, and then after that, if there's a 6th one there, we'll go after that. But there's no need to stop until they give me my retirement papers.
Number 5 is always a big one for the Islanders when it's worn by Denis Potvin. Thank you, and obviously you're prepared for another Stanley Cup bid. We'll be talking.